Okay, we'll call this regular council meeting to order for November the 14th, and we will begin by reading the land acknowledgement. The town of Innisfail acknowledges that we are meeting on Treaty 7 territory, the ancestral and traditional territory of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Kainai, Piikani, Siksika, Tsuut'ina First Nation, and Stoney Nakoda First Nation. We acknowledge that this territory is home to the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3 within the historical Northwest Métis homeland, and we acknowledge the many First Nation, Métis, and Inuit who have lived in and cared for these lands for generations. We are grateful for the traditional knowledge keepers and elders who are still with us today and those who have gone before us. We make this acknowledgement as an act of reconciliation and gratitude to those whose territory we reside on. So we'll move into the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions? No? Okay, could I please have someone make a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll move the agenda.
Thank you, Councillor Bates. All in favor? Okay, and then we will move into the minutes. So 3.1, the organizational meeting of council for October 24th. If there's no issues with it, could I please have somebody adopt the minutes?
Mayor Barclay, I'll make that motion.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Okay, and then 3.2, the regular council meeting for October the 24th.
Mayor Barclay, I would move to adopt those.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried. And 3.3, the agenda and priorities meeting of November the 7th.
I'd so move, Mayor Barclay.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Harrison. All in favor? Okay, carried. Thank you. And we will now move on to 4.1, the Innisfail Day Home Society. I'm pleased to welcome Rashan Butts to our meeting today.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Good afternoon, Council. Thank you for seeing us. My name is Rashan Butts. I'm the coordinator for Innisfail Family Day Home Society. And this is Ella Brecky. She's our consultant home visitor and my right-hand person and moral support for today. I know most of you, but I feel really nervous for some reason. So we have come to ask you if you would consider supporting the week of May 13th to 19th as Early Childhood Educator Week. This is in May 2023. It's our 40th anniversary of our agency. We're super excited and we wanted to do something special, and we thought a really nice way to do that would be to recognize all of the educators that work and live in Innisfail. So we thought we'd give you a quick history. We handed out a little handout for you guys, but our agency was started in 1983 when Jeannie Ladd could not find consistent quality childcare for her new son. She partnered with the Innisfail FCSS and formed our nonprofit agency. It was then called the Innisfail Satellite Day Homes. In 1989, we received our society status and started standing on our own. Almost 40 years later, we've expanded our quality childcare services into 5 communities in central Alberta, and we continue to grow our outreach services to more rural communities. So we are a licensed early learning and childcare service. Currently, we have 11 contracted day homes in Innisfail, serving about 70 children, 11 contracted day homes in Penhold, also serving around 70 children. We have 3 homes in Springbrook, serving around 18 children, 2 contracted day homes in Olds and in Three Hills, each serving about 12 children. And then with our values, it's our goal to work in partnership with early learning and childcare professionals, families, and the community to support children's development and learning. We believe communities are stronger together. It's actually part of our values and guiding principles to work and collaborate together with our community for the benefit of young children. We know when there's a network of people who come together to support each other, amazing things can happen. So with that being said, over the past few years, we thought we'd give you a rundown of some of our highlights. In 2006, we were recognized for our partnership with the Central Alberta Family Day Home Association, receiving the Minister's Award of Merit for promoting the health, development, and well-being of children, youth, and families. Our agency provided consultation on the Diamond Willow Family Day Home Program Manual, as there were no standards for operation in Alberta at that time. This provided a foundation for our current licensed family day home standards. In 2009, we were recognized for creating childcare choices to benefit children and families. In 2010, we sponsored the development of the Dr. Greg Ritson Bennett Park in Innisfail. In 2011, we partnered with a group of like-minded nonprofit businesses to support a local government initiative called the Early Childhood Mapping Project. This project saw the development of the Family Center for our community in 2012, which later became ParentLink and is now the FRN. Annual family festivals focused on connection, early childhood development, and play, and many community education events were held in town with presenters such as Dr. Jody Carrington, Dr. Robin Gibb, and Kiara Kootenay. Our last event for the ECMAP project was in November 2019. It was a full-day conference for parents, guardians, and educators. All of our events and festivals were free for attendees. It was all sponsored by a grant from the Alberta government. And we believe that giving back is important. So over the last 3 years, we've provided a scholarship to a high school student entering post-secondary studies in early childhood education or elementary education. The last 2 summers, we helped sponsor the annual Lantern Festival, and last year and this year, we helped sponsor Hometown Christmas. In 2021, we received gold for Best Daycare and bronze for Best Impact on the Community in the Albertan Reader's Choice Awards, and in 2022, we received a nomination on the Amplify Local Business Recognition Program with 105.5. And I believe we won gold for Best Daycare in 2022 as well, but we don't have our certificates yet. Our ask is that the Mayor and Council, for our 40-year anniversary, would proclaim the week of May 19th, or 15th to 19th, 2023, as Early Childhood Educator Week. We asked for that week because the Friday is the Provincial ECE Appreciation Day for the province. We feel that Early Childhood Educator Week would be a wonderful way to support the ECEs that live and work in Innisfail and are a vital part of our healthy economy in many ways, from helping children develop and grow to become contributing members of society, to boosting the economy by helping more parents, mainly moms, enter the workforce as employees, professionals, and entrepreneurs, and we are a sector that employs and contracts mainly women. Between the Day Home Society, the after-school care program, the play school, and the daycare center in town, Innisfail likely has over 30 ECEs employed here, and we have quite a few more that live here but work outside of Innisfail. It would mean a lot to all of us to have the town of Innisfail support the important and valuable work that we do. We don't have a financial ask with this, but we do hope to put on a one-day conference on May 20th. We may come back at a later date to ask for donations, maybe for a door prize or items to put in our participant bags if the town is open to that. We're hoping to book the LLC for that day. I have to talk to Kane and get it all organized. We've got time, but we know that we need to book all that quite a bit in advance. We hope with that one-day conference to provide a day of learning, team building, support, and appreciation to our Innisfail and surrounding community ECEs. Thank you. Do you have any questions for us?
Well, thank you so much to both of you for coming. Roshana, I was wondering if you could explain a little bit about the $10 per day childcare program, and is that available in Innisfail, and how does that work?
That's a long answer. So it is the $10 a day program is the provincial federal bilateral agreement from the two governments, and they're hoping by 2025, 2026 to have fees down to $10 a day. Currently, the fees are at about 50% between the childcare subsidies and the affordability grants. It is available to children 0 till 5 or 6. So as soon as they enter grade 1, that program is stopped. So yes, we're part of it. I believe the daycare in town is part of it too. They're separate. And the play school in town is part of it as well. So with us, we can give credits back to parents from anywhere from $150 a month up to $350 a month. It depends on their age and if they're full-time or part-time. And then there's the government provincial subsidies on top of that. as a credit to families, and that's a maximum of $266, and that's income-based. And the parents apply for the subsidy, and we just apply the affordability grant and claim back to the government for it.
So that's in place now, or some of it? Like
Yeah,
the
it's been
50%?
Yeah, it's been in place since January 1st of 2022, and it's pretty close to 50%. A lot of our part-time families, they don't actually pay any fees at all. It's all covered by the government, and if it's a full-time family, it's pretty close to 50% of what they'd pay.
Can I ask you kind of approximately average, like what would a family pay for?
So our fees are $40 a day if it's a full day, and so a full-time family would pay about $840. If it was an infant with a full grant, they would get a credit of $350 of the grant and then $266 in subsidy. So that puts it pretty close to half of our fees.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions? Councillor Maceros?
Thank you, Mayor Barclay. I don't have a question. I appreciate the history that you gave of this association. I've got at one point, we had a personal relationship with Jeannie Ladd a long time ago. I didn't realize that she was instrumental in getting it set up. So I appreciated hearing that and looking at all the progress that you've made. Thank you.
Roshan, how many daycare spots are available in Innisfail, and is it at capacity? Do you need more? And if you did, how does that happen? And
We are close to capacity. We probably have about 2 full-time spots in town, a couple part-time, because we have lots of part-time families. We definitely could use a few more homes. We've got a large waiting list. They're all infants. People that tell me there's no baby boom over COVID, I don't quite believe them. We have a large list. To open more spots, we need to screen and open more homes, and so that's about a 4 to 6 week process. To go through, we do about 4 to 6 visits, depending on the educator's education level and experience. And then we open the home, they interview and accept new placements into their home. They can have a maximum of 6 children in their home at any one time, not including their own. So it does help. And we've been screening. Yeah, we've got our ratios. We can only have 2 under the age of 2, which is why our list with babies is so long, because those spots are still minimal. We've been screening like crazy. I think we've opened 10 new homes since May. So it was a really busy summer. It's starting to slow down now, thank goodness. But it was been really good. So, and that's agency-wide, right? So a couple homes in Innisfail, most of them have been in the rural communities outside.
so do you put calls out for homes, or?
No, we advertise once in a while on Facebook, but it's really word of mouth and stuff like that. We haven't done a whole lot of advertising.
And my other question, sorry, I'm so ignorant about this whole topic, but so are there different levels of day homes? So like where the old associate clinic is, there's a center in there. Like would the people looking after the children in there be early childhood educators or not necessarily, or?
Yeah, that's the daycare. That's the Innisfail Early Learning Center. And yes, they would all have to have their level 1, 2, or 3. So the level 1 is usually a 50-hour free orientation course through the Alberta government, or one college course through one of the colleges. There's also the level 2, which is the daycare of the certificate, the 1-year college course, and then there's the level 3s that are a 2-year. And then with our day homes, they're all level 1, 2, or 3 as well. They don't have to come to us with their education, but they have 6 months to get their level 1 once they've signed with us.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Hystad?
Thanks for the presentation today. As to space, I'm sure the space is the hard piece to get, as well as workers. I was just wondering if you or the Day Home Society has thought about maybe utilizing space in the schools that may be available to, I'm just thinking of being creative with our community spaces, and I was wondering if that has ever been a thought of yours, or is it just mainly homes that individuals may rent or own?
For family day homes, it has to be in your place of residence, so it would have to be in your home that you live in. I know there is a before and after school care program in the school. Tammy Miller runs it, and I think there's about 20 spaces there. But I know it's needed, and if there's extra spaces in the community, it would be wonderful to have more childcare in town. I know it's certainly needed, especially those infant and toddler spaces. I know it's a pipe dream of ours, but it's a lot to open a daycare center. So I don't know if it'll ever happen on our end, but it is definitely needed.
Yeah, and that's why I was asking the question. The need's always there, definitely, and just how do we help you and help the community build those partnerships. So thanks for all you do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rashan, is the new center business up on 49th, is that part of your group? No, that's separate, okay.
It's not part of ours, and we don't really know what's going on with that one.
Okay, no, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so if there's no more questions, the motion that we have here is to recognize Innisfil area early childhood educators on May 19th. Would you rather have that expanded into that week of?
Yeah, the week of would be awesome.
So the week of 15th to 19th is what you said. Okay, could I please have somebody make that motion?
Mayor Barkley, I would move that council recognizes Innisfil and area early childhood educators the week of May the 15th to the 19th, 2023.
Okay, thank you. And all in favor? Okay, unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you, you guys. That was wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for coming. We appreciate it, and it's great to learn about everything that you do.
Anytime. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Have a great day.
You too, thanks. So we will move into 5.1 and the CAO report with CEO Becker.
Thank you, Mayor Barkley. Hello, Council. Just go through a few of the items over the last few weeks and certainly open up to any questions regarding this report or any other administrative or operations questions Council may have. Just a few things. The SLT joined Council recently for some training through the Transition Accelerator, just to learn more about what is the Transition Accelerator. The transition to net zero is very educational. Administration is fully involved in the budget process. We're going to lead into that with talking to you, Council, next Monday after Council in relation to a pre-budget strategy meeting where you'll see the strategic plan, but also administration's current work plan, which will blend over into 2023, and then what's slated next. And Council can provide direction with that information as we lead into next week's budget deliberation. The organization is busy with the health and safety audit, led through our health and safety coordinator. It's an internal audit this year. The results of the audit will come before Council once those details are provided to us. A lot of work has gone into health and safety. We anticipate a pass of 80, but full details will be provided to you in the near future. I just want to mention, I attended a LGAA Zone 2 meeting in Three Hills recently. In attendance was a representative of Municipal Affairs overseeing assessments. Just digging in a little bit on the LGFF, and still no word on the formula that will complete that framework. The legislation is complete, but we still don't know what that formula will be moving forward. Another time grab is the annual performance plan process. So all employees are part of a process. We do it all at once during this part of the year. We're anticipating those results of the performance. That review process will be done mid-December. Tomorrow on through Thursday, many supervisors, managers will be attending the ICS 300 training. A little bit of detail there, what ICS 300 is. It's basically it's a global system to help within a emergency situation. It could be a minor situation where your ICS framework is very minimal, or it could be a full-fledged event where you have a full system employed or deployed, depending on the severity of that situation. So this will help strengthen our cause in leading areas of emergency, not just in Innisfil, but the region as well. The IPD team visited Drayton Valley recently to take a look at their aquatic center and to meet with their IPD team. Looking to talk to you, council, soon, probably after the budget, and see if there's something of interest for council to have a similar tour of the Drayton Valley Aquatic Center and hear a little bit more from their IPD team too. So once we get organized, get through budget, we certainly like to come back to you and see if that's of interest of yours. Just moving down, just make reference, and I'll likely be a conversation later on in the agenda, but just the work of the Innisfil Energy Hub. So all of you attended the hub. Was a great couple days, a lot of work leading into that 2 days, and a lot of work likely to follow based on the conversation. So I'll leave it to you to have any more further detailed conversation. Something of interest of mine, it could certainly be of assistance for the community, but certainly assist in professional developments. As I, speak about energy and energy transition, just demonstrating some interest to support the Energy Futures Lab, becoming a fellow. There's some information there and the commitments required to become a fellow, and that is make application, which is due tomorrow. But also it'd take approximately about 9 full days of my time. Likely it'd take about 5 or 6 right now in a couple of initiatives that I'm part of, so not a lot of switching time, but certainly looking for council to see if that's of interest of yours and have me attend in support of the EFL and the work that they do. If not, we can, that's fine too, but something I'm expressing some interest in. So with that, if there's any questions on this report or anything else operationally or administratively, I'd be happy to answer your questions.
CEO Becker, did you want a motion for the EFL?
Yes, please, Mayor Barkley.
Okay. Well, I will make a motion that we support CEO Becker's application to be a fellow of the Energy Futures Lab.
So move the council approves the Chief Administrative Officer's application to Energy's Futures Lab Fellowship and provide an organization letter of support as part of the application to be endorsed by the mayor.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, unanimous. And then also have a motion to accept the CEO report as information.
Mayor Barclay, I move that council approves the CAO officer report dated November 14th, 2022 as information.
Okay, any questions about anything in the report?
Jason has his, sorry.
Oh,
Councillor
I'm
Heisel
sorry.
has his hand
Didn't
up
see
there.
his hand up. Sorry.
It's just a little hand on the screen.
It is. It's very little.
No, I want to recognize Todd for the work he's, with the EFL's work that he's been doing, and which we're debating as well. I think it's great work, really, and when I had taken that accelerators program with you guys just a week ago, it blew me away that how important this stuff is, not only for this council, but future councils. So thanks a lot, Todd, and to the administration on this work. Thanks, Mayor Jean.
You're welcome, Councillor Heistad. Anything else? No? Okay, all in favor of the report? Okay, unanimous. Great, thank you. And we'll move on to council action control. Maybe?
Yeah.
It's probably because it's cold in here.
Mayor Barkley, there's one item I'd like to identify and just have a chat with you about. It's fines for 2 loud vehicles. I know that's been outstanding since the summer. Right now, administration is waiting for the results of the city of Red Deer. They've placed a few fines with some of the enforcement they've conducted, and now it's going to be going into the courts. So we're just going to wait and see the result of that, of the test of their fines, and we'll build any bylaw as you wish following that information. So we're just kind of waiting on that one.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Bates?
Just a comment related to that, since we mentioned that we were going to follow what the city of Red Deer was doing and learn, I've had more than one citizen, and it made the paper, say they certainly were in favor of trying to get some control on it in Innisfail. Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? If not, please have somebody make a motion to accept this as information. Councillor Bates?
Sure, I'll make the motion that we accept the action control for information.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Okay, carried, thank you. And we will move on to 6.1 with Director Vickers, the Policing Support Grant Funding Agreement.
Thank you, Mayor Barkley. So each year, we do receive support from the province to help cover police services. This used to look like the Municipal Policing Assistant Grant, or MPAG, and the Police Officer Grant, POG. Last year, that has been amalgamated into one grant called the Policing Support Grant. So this is now the second year that we've had this amalgamated policing grant. So they have sent a new agreement to sign. The agreement is only for a period of 1 year, April 1st, 2022 to March 31st, 2023. So this is the year that's in this current year's budget. So we are looking to have a motion to have the mayor sign off on this agreement. It is due back to the province tomorrow. And as soon as this is submitted back to them, then we'll receive the funds shortly after.
Okay, thank you, Director Vickers. Is it the CEO that signs, CAO? Or it's me? It's me.
Yeah, Mayor Barkley, so
Yeah, I see
the
that.
agreement came to us
Yeah.
with your signature
Wow.
line on it, so.
Better be available then, tomorrow morning. What's that? Yeah, that's right. Somebody. Okay, could I please have someone make the recommended motion?
I'll make that motion, Mayor Barkley, that council authorizes the chief elected official to sign the policing support grant funding agreement. Do I need to change that to the mayor, or?
No, that is the mayor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? Pretty straightforward.
Just a quick question. Are we anticipating then that they've only offered it for a year because of the proposed provincial police force that they're?
I'm not sure, Mayor Barkley through to Councillor Wing, I'm not sure why it was only 1 year. It was only 1 year last year as
Okay,
well.
okay.
I do anticipate a shakeup could happen, we don't
Okay,
know. So.
thank you.
Okay, all in favor? Okay, carried, thank you. And we'll go into 7.1 with Manager Mackenzie of Community and Social Services on the FCSS grant funding request.
Thank you, Mayor Barkley. Is this close enough to me? Okay. Just here to request a decision regarding the remaining 2020 FCSS funding based on the recommendations from the FCSS Advisory Board. Annually, the FCSS Advisory Board reviews grant applications from local organizations to support preventative social programming within the Innisfail community. This typically takes place at the end of the year. That being said, there was a remaining grant funding available to the amount of $16,816. The decision was made to withhold funding to allow for the ongoing identification of gaps and trends in services, and was to be allocated in response to identified community need. The FCSS Advisory Board met on November 2nd and made the following motions. They are looking to support John Wilson Elementary School at $3,757 for professional development opportunities for the family school wellness staff through the trauma-informed yoga certification and art therapy course, as well as funding to support the naturally nurtured animal-assisted learning program that is offered to approximately 80 grade 4 students throughout the year. They are looking at supporting the Innisfail Middle School in the amount of $3,000 for guest speaker Ryan Strasninsky, who is the Humboldt Broncos crash survivor. The intention with that is that he will be speaking to all 3 schools. The FCSS Advisory Board has approved funding to the Innisfil High School in the amount of $2,000 for the Naturally Nurtured course on coping with change, so a course on learning to become more resilient and how to manage grief. The FCSS Advisory Board is looking at supporting St. Marguerite for $4,600 for a guest speaker by the name of Michael Linklater, who is a professional basketball player from Treaty 6 in Saskatchewan. The intention there is to work with Chinook Edge School Division as well to be able to offer that presentation to as many as possible. They are looking for supplies for classroom mindfulness boxes, and the board has supported that motion for for every classroom in the school to have access to one. And then a professional development opportunity for one of their counselors to attend the Ever Active Schools Conference with the intention of building capacity within the school community. They are looking to provide funding for $1,165 to the Innisfil Yes program, so the Youth Empowerment and Support Program, for program supplies for social emotional programming that impacts students K through 8 with Chinook Edge School Division. And the Innisfil Seniors Drop-In Society for the amount of $2,294 for administrative costs. So the intention is that preventative social programming will be continued to be offered within our community.
Okay, thank you very much. Could I please have someone make the recommended motion?
Mayor Barclay, I'll move that council accepts funding recommendations to allocate 2022 FCSS grant funding to John Wilson Elementary School, Innisfail Middle School, Innisfail High School, St. Marguerite Bourgeois Catholic School, Innisfail Yes Program, Innisfail Seniors Drop-In Society for a total disbursement amount of $16,816 as put forward by FCSS Advisory Board.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Dunham. Does anyone have any questions? No, don't see any.
Sorry, Mayor Barclay, I don't have any questions. I just think that the programming looks amazing, and it looks so innovative and forward-thinking, and it was exciting to read this report. Thanks.
Yeah, good point. It looks great. Okay, then we'll have a vote for the motion, please. Okay, unanimous. Thank you. Thank you, Manager McKenzie, for that. And we'll move into correspondence and information now. I'm just going to bring one thing to the attention of everyone. If number 10, the National Dementia Friendly Communities Award finalists, so the Community Partners in Action, the initiative that they had a couple of years ago with the Dementia Friendly Community. They are a top 4 finalist out of 89 applications across the country. So very, very significant, and hopefully they will be number 1 pretty soon. So yeah, it's a reflection of what a great job they did, and Jennifer Wood, Dementia Friendly Coordinator, and Wendy and Ellen and everybody, and FCSS, of course. So it's great to see the recognition that they're receiving on that. Is there anything, CEO Becker, like around the Extended Producer Responsibility Program that...
Mayor Barclay, just that it's good news. I know it's a few years away for it to be rolled out, but no, it is good news. It sounds like maybe Alberta kind of slow at this, and it's finally coming around. There's a little bit of detail in the correspondence, just what it is, but it is a good move for our province.
Yeah, I think we're the last province, are we?
I think so, yeah.
Doesn't do that. So if there's no other questions or anything, I'll just have somebody make a motion, please, to accept the correspondence as information.
I'll move to accept the correspondence as information.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Maceras. All in favor? Okay, unanimous, thank you. And we will move into council reports, and we'll start with Councillor Hystad today.
Thanks, Your Worship. I want to identify last week I was at the Remembrance Day ceremony, as well as I think I spent 4 hours at the Legion, so I must have had a good time. And I also want to recognize it was cool that the unveiling of the mural project at in the afternoon in the club room, and I believe they raised around $14,000 with that project. November 15th, we got our town hall with the policing committee for all of Innisfail. Age Friendly is on the Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and I do want to recognize the work on the dementia friendly, and the award that they, the recognition that they're going to get. The 18th is the tree celebration, which will be I think it's around 6 or 6:30 in our calendars. And then the highlight for my evening, and Dawn, I'm sure it's gonna be your highlight on November 18th, is the Can-Am wrestling at the Legion. So that's my week. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Bates?
I would ask Councillor Hysted if he's going to participate in the wrestling, but that would really make it the highlight, but.
I think it should be Gavin and Hysted. Gavin and Jason going at it the last round there.
So last week, of course, the Energy Hub Roadshow, and it was a great experience. I personally really enjoyed the presentation from John Sinclair, starting it off. Found that to be really educational to me. And the energy transition game with Newtonia was a lot of fun and challenge, and I apologize again on behalf of the agricultural community for not holding up our end. And but I did discover that they had omitted one thing, and that is the agricultural community is carbon tax exempt, and we were hit every time. So I think that should. So the coming week, or I'm sorry, I also attended the Historical Village meeting, and they're proceeding with ordering a new sign for their new gate, and they had discussions similar to what they presented to us about the challenge of facility sustainability and grants and budgets. This week, I'm attending the Policing Town Hall tomorrow, and I'm also attending the Restorative Justice Dinner the next day, the Mountain View Water Commission the following day, and finishing up with the Christmas tree lighting. And I probably won't go to the wrestling, but that's my personal choice. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And Councillor Wing?
Thanks, Mayor Barkley. Yeah, last week was a whirlwind of a week. Thoroughly enjoyed the two-day Energy Futures Lab workshop last Tuesday and Wednesday. Many learnings, always exciting to be on the winning team of any game. Timelines for the work that were identified are relatively tight. So given how busy calendars get in December, I anticipate that some of those conversations will begin in the next week or two, because there were 4 or 5 projects that were identified. So we've got some work to do, which is good. Chamber of Commerce October board meeting was November board meeting was last Wednesday. So planning for the AGM and the Business Awards on November the 23rd, and the Hometown Christmas on December the 3rd, and then myriad of other activities that will unfold after that. I was honored to attend the Remembrance Day ceremonies on Friday. It was a very emotional, very respectful ceremony that I just really appreciated. And I was excited to see the Legion's mural program launched. It was good to see a full house at the Legion, and lots of excitement there, so that was great. Helped to celebrate the 75th birthday of one of Innisfail's most devoted citizens. Ron King had a surprise party on Saturday, and of course Ron is the chair of MPC and the member of countless other committees and community initiatives, so it was good to celebrate with him. And the week ahead is busy with MPC, the RCMP Town Hall, Library Board meeting, Restorative Justice Dinner, Parkland Regional Library Board, and the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. So it'll be a good week. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Councillor Harrison?
Thank you, Mayor Barkley. I also attended the energy workshops last week. Found them very good, really engaging and actually tiring in a good way. I'll also be attending the community policing and safety meeting on tomorrow evening. Thursday, I'm off to Drumheller to meet with our colleagues from RD Mug, and just like to echo Councillor Heisted's comments around the mural. We've already raised in one day around $15,000 for the mural that's going to be going on the Legion. Our goal is $40,000, so I'm very confident that the Legion's going to get that fairly soon, and we'll be painting when it becomes 24 degrees outside next spring. So November the 18th, I'm going to be really busy. I'm going to be volunteering with Kristen and her group at the Coffee Cottage doing hot chocolate, coffee, and cookies. And then right after that, after the Christmas tree lighting, I'll be going over to watch the wrestling and just seeing how that works out. So I think that's about it.
Great, thank you. And Councillor Dunham.
Thank you, Mayor Barkley. I also attended the Energy Hub workshop. So many highlights over the 2 days. Learned a lot about my fellow council members and the administration team. Yeah, it was a very different learning experience being immersed into the game, the Newtonian shift, and how, just a very basic view of how our energy system functions. Another highlight for me was Elder John as well, and the story sharing that happened the first morning. I was honored to attend the Remembrance Day event again, and then as well to spend a little bit of time at a very full house at the Legion, which was wonderful to see. I also attended Ron King's surprise birthday party for a little while, which is great to see. Ron is very involved in this community, and it would be, I think a lot of people, look up to him, and a lot of people should aspire to be like him in his involvement in the community. I will be at the RCMP Town Hall tomorrow, and then also Friday at the tree light up.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Maceras.
Thank you, Mayor Barkley. Yeah, wow, it was a busy week for everybody last week and a busy week ahead. Again, the Innisfil Energy Hub Newtonian shift. I guess some of us have received some reputations from participating in that simulation. It was excellent, though, lots of learning that happened. I went to the Transportation Committee meeting this week. And we've got MPC this week and the RCMP Town Hall and then the Christmas tree lighting, and I'm going to be volunteering with Dawn and Kristen at the Coffee Cottage for that. And if Jason wears his ABBA dress for the wrestling, then I'll come and watch the wrestling.
Maybe I might do that.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Maceras. So like everybody else, attended the Innisfil Energy Hub last week, and I just want to remind everybody that in the end, it was actually Western Energy that I think that saved a lot of the others from
No comment.
bankruptcy and all sorts of things. We saved the farmers, and anyway, was that Remembrance Day ceremony, of course, on Friday, and Ron King's birthday party on Saturday. This morning, met with Minister Dreeshen for a bit, and also tomorrow have the Mayor's South Central meetings down in Didsbury, and the RCMP Town Hall tomorrow evening, Restorative Justice Dinner on Wednesday evening, and Christmas tree lighting on Friday. One thing I would like to bring forward is the Innisfil Food Bank. They are raising funds for a new cooler, and it's a very large cooler. The purpose of this cooler is so that they can accept donations for fresh foods such as yogurt, etc. So I would like to put a motion forward that the town of Innisfail donates $1,300, and that amount would top them up to the $5,000 that they need to meet their goals. So I'm not sure if Director Vickers, the one who holds the purse strings, and if that suits, and if that is something that we would be capable of doing.
Mayor Barkley, absolutely anything that you
Anything we
guys would
want, right?
like.
Anything.
being that it's only $1,300, it could come from council contingency.
Okay. All right, so there's a motion on the floor to donate that money to the food bank. All in favor? Okay, unanimous. Thank you. Okay, and I think that's all I have. So we will now have a motion to, or open mic, well, there's, nobody can talk from, if they're online. Is there anybody online? Kara? No? Okay, anybody have any more to add? Any of the staff? Nobody? No? Okay. All right, then we will please have a motion, or no, we'll look at upcoming events, and then I'll have somebody make a motion to accept the upcoming events as information.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Councillor Hystad. All in favor? Okay, unanimous, and we'll have a motion to go in camera, please.
Mayor Barclay, I'll make that motion that we move in camera.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Dunham. All in favor? Okay, unanimous. Thank you.